We are going to go over a contingency chart, and we have males and females that receive grades A, B, and C. If you look at the chart, we have males here. We have males that got A, B's, and C's for a total of 36 males. And then if we look at females, we come across here. We have 9, 7, and 14 for a total of 30 females. Then when I come down, actually let me use this. When I come down this way, I can total the number of C's that I have, which is 26. I can total the number of B's that I have, which is 12. I can total the number of A's that I have, which is 28. Now, whether I add the totals this way or add the totals of males and females, either way, I get a total of 66 in this group. Okay, so now that we see how to read that chart, let's go through and answer the questions. Okay, so the first part says, find the probability that a student receives a C in the class. So if a student receives a C in the class, that's a total of 26 out of 66 possible. So I would write it as 26 over 66. Okay. Next example, find the probability that a student is female. So we would come across and look at how many females are in the whole group. That's 30 out of a total 66. Okay, now, next example. Part C says, find the probability that a student was a male and received a C in the class. Now, this is not a conditional probability where we have to take it out of a particular category because we're making an assumption. We just have to make sure that whatever is on either side of the and statement is satisfied. So we want to look to see where in the table we have males and where they received a C. So if I look to see where those overlap, where it satisfies both of them, that would be 12 out of 66. Okay, next example. Let's see, it says find the probability that the student received a C in the class given that they are female. So we're making the assumption that the person that we pick in the class is female. So instead of taking it out of the general population of this sample, we're taking it out of the specific category of being female. So we're going to take it out of 30. So of the females, the number of students that got a C was 14. So this probability would be 14 out of 16. Okay, part E. Find the probability that the student is a female given that they received a C. So now we're making the assumption that the person that we pick has a C in the class. So rather than take it out of the total 66, we're making the assumption and taking it out of the people that have a C in the class. So we're taking it out of this group right here. So out of 26. And we're looking to see what the probability is that we pick a female out of that group. So that would be 14 out of the 26. Okay, next example. Find the probability that the student is female and received a C in the class. So this isn't a given assumption. So we're taking this out of the general population. We're not taking it out of a specific group. We just need to see and make sure that whatever is on both sides of that and statement is satisfied. We want to make sure that we're picking females that got a C. So females that got a C, that's 14 out of a total 66. And that sounds the same as part E, but the wording is different. Notice that this says, given that they received a C. So that means we already know that that's the case. We're making the assumption that they got a C. So we're narrowing the group that we're taking this out of. That's why we're taking it out of 26 rather than in part F. It's an and statement, so we're taking it out of the entire population. We're not making an assumption. Okay, part G says, find the probability that a student received an A given they are female. So there's those key words here. We know that they're female. So we're making the assumption that they're female. So we're going to take it out of the group of females. Now, out of that group of females, we're looking to see who received an A. So that would be this 9 out of 30. So 9 out of 30. Okay, last one. Find the probability that the student received an A and they are female. So this isn't a given. We're not making any assumption. So it's coming out of the general population of the entire sample. So it should be out of 66. And we just need to make sure that both of those are satisfied. So we want to make sure that the person received an A and the person is female. So where they overlap and both conditions are met is this 9 out of 66. And that's the difference between part H and part G. This says given they're female, so we're taking it out of the group of females. Same thing here in part E, given that they received a C, so we're taking it out of the group that received a C. So think of that given as an assumption that we're making so you can narrow down the number of people or individuals in the sample.